Hey everyone, my name is Talha Masood. I'm the co-founder at Remote Base. With me is Munahil. Munahil is a software engineer at Walmart here in the Bay Area. She graduated from Jiki, by the way. You're my senior in Jiki, so that is something awesome. So the cool thing about Munahil is that she has worked for 3 years in Pakistan. Then she moved here in the US and has been working in the Bay Area for I think 1.5 years with Walmart. So
Yeah.
uh, welcome, Munahil, by the way.
Welcome.
Good to have you here. By the way, I know we've been planning this for a very long time, but really sorry we never got a chance to put it on our calendar. So, how has your experience been working here in the Bay Area, Manahil?
It's been good. It's been interesting. I would say different from what I have been doing in Pakistan.
So I mean, you worked 3 years in Pakistan, and so I've worked with a lot of Pakistani engineers. You did too. So, I mean, how has been I mean, how's the engineering culture there, and then how has been the shift here? I mean, I'm pretty interested to know. I mean, I've worked with the Pakistani engineers, and I've worked with all sorts of engineers around the world. But I'm very interested to know what's the difference between these two cultures, specifically the Pakistani engineering culture and the culture in the Bay Area.
Um, well, I fortunately I had the opportunity to work in very good places in Pakistan as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I know that I read your profile.
right. So I think there is some difference, but I wouldn't say like there is a drastic difference or anything. I feel people are very hardworking in Pakistan as well,
Uh-huh.
and here too. Maybe only difference is here people do more smart work than hard work. We do hard work, and we are going towards smart work as well, I feel. But yeah.
But look, the thing that I really don't understand is why is this a perception that if you're working in Pakistan for a Pakistani company, you're not a good engineer. But if you're working here in the Bay Area in Walmart, you're the best engineer. So I mean, the thing I don't get this. I don't get this. How could you be a good engineer here and why not there?
I feel in Pakistan we have very, very good engineers as well. It's not about that. I think it's more about the opportunity, you could say. Like maybe here you can experience a lot of things here, you can work on a lot of things. In
Mhm.
Pakistan, if you're working in a company, you are maybe going in one direction, and again it depends on what you want. You can go breadth-wise, you can go depth-wise. I feel like in Pakistan we don't have I know things are changing because it's been 3 years like I have worked in Pakistan, but I think now things are changing with all the startups like remote base and everything.
You're
Yeah.
always trying. That
Yeah.
was smart. So we're trying our best. But yeah, Manahil, so the last you worked in Pakistan, it was 2018.
Yeah.
And I bet things have changed now, like a lot, by a lot. So, I mean, we have a lot of people investing in Pakistan. So I've worked with all of the engineers at Remote Base are Pakistani engineers, and believe me, the quality that these engineers produce is at par or above the quality produced by other engineers that we work with
Mhm.
here in the Bay Area. So literally, I mean, things have changed a lot. So, but good to know that. But also, I'm interested to know what is the engineering process like. So, for example, talking about Pakistan, so and also across other startups in the Bay Area. So what we do is we have Scrum. We implement Scrum all across the process and the thing. We have daily stand-ups where we discuss everything, and then we have weekly or bi-weekly retros as well. So what is the process like in Walmart for you guys? I mean, I know you work with a lot of systems engineer as well. You're hired as a software engineer at Walmart. So, but still, how is the process like for you guys?
Yeah, it is similar to what you were saying. Like we have we a sprint of like 2 weeks as well, and we have not like every day meeting, but we have
Mhm.
like twice a week or sometimes 3 times a
Twice a
weekly
week.
meeting. Yeah, to
Uh,
catch up with what's going on, what if there's something that someone needs help with, or like like what's the progress.
mhm.
And yeah, and then around like every month we have a retrospective meeting as well.
Oh, every month.
Yeah. Mm,
It's a,
but
it's a
that's
long duration.
yeah, but it's not like so the every month one is not like like the bigger retrospective. The bigger one is, you could say, every quarter. Like,
But every quarter, I think it's very less frequent. That means you guys have a very good process in place that you don't meet a lot to discuss the goals and all. So the process has to be
I think it
very
could
good.
also be because my team is like more on systems engineering side, so they don't uh, deal with the issues like the software engineers deal. So, for
Mhm.
example, for software engineers, we know, okay, we need to do this project, and these are the steps. These are the steps you need to do, and then you start doing on it. For systems
Mhm.
engineers, it's a little bit different. So, any like maybe something breaks all of a sudden, yeah, something goes wrong all of a sudden, so they have to handle it in a different way.
And I agree to that. The way software engineers work, the way we do, and then we do because when the product is in the development stage, we take a lot of pivots. So it's
Yeah,
only fair that the life of a software engineer is a bit different than what
it's a bit, yeah,
you expect from a systems engineer. So that
definitely.
is true as well. It's pretty awesome. I, I mean, I wish I had such less number of meetings in my, working.
No, but
And,
so yeah, so here's the thing. So we don't have the sprint meeting every week, but we have some other kinds of meeting. Like every Thursday we have a demo meeting. So in that, it's actually a,
exactly. What is that? So I'm interested to know what happens in that.
yeah. So what happens is, so engineers, like, they could work on anything they want. Like,
Hmm.
it could be something they want to improve. It could be something they want to do themselves. It could be anything, actually. It could be
Hmm.
something they're already working on, but think, okay, this can be improved or anything.
Hmm.
So, and it's not like everyone has to present. Anyone can come and present. So it's like,
It's a good culture to have.
yeah, yeah. So it's a 1 hour meeting, and you can, and it's open to discussion. It's not like you have to, um, you need to have a complete product. It could just be a prototype. It could just be something very basic, or just bring up an idea and show it to the team, and then the team discusses, and they think, okay, yeah, this is good, this is how it could be improved, or okay, no, I don't, would they, or they could say, okay, this doesn't look feasible enough, or whatever the case. So
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
It's a very good culture to have. So all of these ideas, they have to be related to what you guys do, or they could be random ideas like
they could be
Tinder app
anything.
bana de or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, they well, something related to what we are doing.
Acha.
Like, yeah, but it could be anything related to that. Like, so for example, I'm a software engineer in my team, and others are
Uh,
systems engineers. So I
uh,
can bring up something like, okay, I can maybe bring up something, okay, we can improve this, or we can maybe automate this, and this will reduce
uh,
the work for systems engineers, or anything. Or maybe I can just, I have recently started doing some machine learning stuff. So if I want to try and test something, I can just do that and bring it to the team and show it to them. Okay, this is something I've done.
Acha,
So
nice. This is very awesome. A tough question. I know this is you didn't work in Pakistan after 2018, but was the culture the same in Pakistan? That were you allowed to do it in your teams, or was there something similar in
um,
Pakistan back then?
well, I wouldn't say every week, but in one of the places, Bionic Solutions, I worked in, we had the well, if for example, we don't have a lot of work to do, if we don't have like deadlines to meet, and
Mm-hmm.
things are going relaxed,
Mm-hmm.
we could start side explore something. We could,
Nice.
but it depend, like it would depend on how, what's going on. And most of the time it's always work. Rarely we would have some time for our own projects. So
That's pretty awesome. By the way, things are changing in Pakistan now. We have we have a very open engineering culture back in the country now.
mhm.
Since I work with Pakistani engineers all the time, so I know that for sure, first-hand
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
experience.
I know.
So you were my senior at Jiki. Something that really inspires me is the fact that not a lot of women are in tech. So even in remote base, we have a lot of female engineers, but compared to male engineers, it's not a lot. So how has your experience been? You worked in Pakistan, you graduated from the top institute of the country. you came to US and now you're working in US. So how has your experience been as a female in technology?
My experience has been good, but I think like even in JK there were very small amount of women, right? Like I think,
Exactly. I mean, there did not used to be a lot of women in
yeah,
GT back then. Not
yeah.
sure what happens right now, but back then the
Yeah,
ratio
yeah,
was pretty awful.
yeah, and it could like one reason could be because it's a bit far than city.
Yeah, yeah.
uh and similarly, like while working in Pakistan, I think like, yeah, most of the places I've worked in, I was the only software engineer there.
So you were
Sometimes.
the story of your life. Wherever you go, you're the only.
Yeah, and yeah, and then or if there like even if there were some other, they were very few. They were very few.
Exactly, yeah.
And
And probably though, even they did not have a lot of work to do. I mean, there were women engineers, but they were not given a lot. Back then, they were not given a lot of hard tasks. They were just there, you know.
I don't think, no, I think they were given good an amount of work. It's not like that.
Hmm.
Like they would
Hmm.
equally participate. I know like in some places there were some software engineers who were like principal software engineers as well.
Hmm.
But I do feel like women do have to work hard, or maybe it's just my feeling, or and
Hmm.
I hope things are changing. Yeah, but like so for example, if you have to explain something, you have to really explain it well so that
Hmm.
the other person can trust you, or like can say, okay,
Hmm.
वो बात
This
side पे
person
कर
is
दे
worthy
कहीं.
of working.
Yeah,
हाँ, ऐसे
yeah,
काम किया जा
like
सकता है.
yeah, yeah. So I feel like you have like women do have to work more hard, like they have to show that they are technically strong.
Actually, it's very interesting. So, are you advising Pakistani female engineers or women in tech to be more aggressive in that area?
I
That
I
they have
think
to be more assertive? Yeah.
I think
What are you proposing?
they are competent. I think they're competent. I think they don't need to, and I think I doubt myself as well sometimes, but they shouldn't be doubting themselves. And if they think something is right, they should just say it. Like, and if someone is mansplaining, don't let them.
Nice, nice. I mean,
Yeah.
that is awesome. So we have some pretty badass engineers, female engineers at the Moodbase as well. But again, I would want to know more. I mean, ठीक है,
Mhm.
being badass is one thing, but you really need a structure in your life. So, for example, I mean, why aren't there many female engineers on top of the hierarchy? I mean,
So
at senior positions as senior software engineer or software architect. Why don't we have a lot of women in that
I,
in those roles, or are there many women
uh,
in that role?
I think this is a problem, like not just for Pakistan. I think it's a world problem.
Actually, it's worldwide. So I would
Yeah.
also want to get your insight on that. I mean, how has your experience? Are there many female engineers in Walmart or at higher positions? I
So
mean, how
even
does it
in
work
my
in
team,
Walmart?
there are like in my team has like around 15ish people, and only three
Oh,
are women. So two of them are actually at a higher position, like at a higher level, but still there are few compared to the men's ratio, right? um if I say I think one reason could be like, uh, for example, in GIK. So
mm-hmm.
if you want to do something technical,
Uh-huh.
and because maybe there are lots of boys and they can discuss it among themselves, and
Uh-huh.
they can, like, maybe they're sitting, they will talk about technical stuff all the time, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you take CS, there are, I don't know, 70 boys, and girls there are like, I don't know, 7 girls. So
Mm-hmm.
the scope also kind of is smaller for women than for men. Like
Agreed.
network is
Agreed.
smaller, could be like network could be
The
smaller.
network is smaller, that network effect, and then based on the cultural differences in Pakistan, so
Yeah.
girls and guys can mingle a lot, so
Yeah,
that
like
also
you have to go
inhibits.
out of your way. Like for
You
girls, they
have to
have
go.
to go out
Achha,
of your way. For
you really
boys,
have
they
to
don't
go
have to
out
go
of
out of the
exactly. I mean,
way.
literally being in Pakistan, even if you are in the top institute, so going out of the way to seek help is a bigger challenge for girls than it is for boys. So I agree to that, and I agree to that 100%. Um, can we ever change that in your opinion? I mean,
I think things are changing. Things are changing. They are becoming better. I feel like now companies are more trying to, even if like not 50-50, but they are trying to um, hire more software engineers
Mhm.
as women as well.
As women, yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And is it also turning out good? I mean, do you think that Walmart is also trying to recruit more female engineers? And if yes, is how is it going for them?
Um, yeah, I think overall they are. Even
Hmm.
I think in Bay Area, it's kind of a trend. Like they are trying to hire more women.
Yeah, everybody is, yeah, trying to do that. We have a lot
Yeah.
of startups that specifically ask for female engineers. So, and they
Hmm.
are very progressive startups. So the co-founders are as progressive as it gets. So they
Yeah.
specifically ask for female engineers, and all the female engineers working in these startups are as badass and as good as anybody. So
Yeah.
uh, that is something good. But anyways, good to know that you have a feeling that circumstances are changing and will be changing. And then obviously with all sorts of people investing in Pakistan, there's a higher opportunity for women to be more involved in tech. So anyways, Minahil, I would want to conclude this. I know this chit chat is can go on for a very long time, but I would want to conclude this. Why? Because this meeting is more of a learning lesson for my own self, and that I would want to share with the remote based community as well. So so I've done a lot of blunders working as a software engineer. Sometimes I crashed the whole server. The other times, I did something very horrible. So my managers were pissed. My colleagues were pissed as well. So, anyways, what is the biggest blunder that you have committed working here at Walmart? I mean, is there any story that we could share and laugh?
Yeah. So basically in Pakistan, I used to have like an iOS development experience, and when I came here, I wanted to move to analytics and machine learning side. So
Nice.
I was super interested in this job because it was kind of a combination of both.
Uh,
So and like while hiring, the during the interviews, like Walmart team would tell me like there's one project they want me to work on, and it's based on Mac OS development.
mhm.
And I thought, oh yeah, it's very easy. I've all worked for for a while, and I would easily do it.
Uh,
So anyway, um, I joined Walmart, and after a while, like I started working on that project, and it was actually very easy.
mhm.
But at that time, I didn't know the security hurdles we have at Walmart. Like,
Uh,
yeah, so they have like everything is super secure. So anyway, I made the demo and I ran it on my computer, and it worked fine. And when it came to like deployment time, I got to know about all the hurdles, and it would just not work. Just not work.
Story of our lives. It would not work on somebody else's machine. It never works there.
Yeah. So and it's not like for one machine. It needed to be deployed on, I don't know, 25,000 plus machines. So
Nice. Shit,
so
that
yeah.
much of a scale.
Yeah. So anyway, one of the team members, the systems engineer, he had some time available, so he started exploring it as well, and fortunately, he was able to solve it.
Nice.
So yeah. So in the end, I was not able to solve it, but my team, like, still we were able to come with a solution.
As a
So
team, you guys were able to come up with something
as
that
a
solved the
team,
problem. Yeah.
yeah, as a team, we were able to come up with a solution. Um, yeah.
So did that person try to take credit for it? I mean, what changed for you? I mean, did
Yeah, I gave all credit to him because because he did.
no, but you did your part. But was he also inclined to take the credit, or he was like, nah, okay, it's fine. I could do it for you for free.
So I mean, I feel like whosoever like whosoever credits due, he should that person should be given that credit. So
That person should be given a credit and all.
yeah.
And also, Manal, it's very interesting that so now you talk about it. I see that you guys reflected it or tried to portray it as a team effort instead of somebody trying to corner you or pinpoint you for that particular thing. Isn't it beautiful? Don't you think that such an engineering culture should
Yeah.
exist everywhere?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think we should. not just like the team should also think of it as a team, and we should also think of, like, whenever we are doing something, we should also think of like how we could be of more help. Like, we should take ownership, and like as a software engineer, we should take ownership and like full responsibility of what we are doing.
I think,
And
yes, I think it's very important working as a software engineer.
yeah,
Perfect, Munahil. I think thanks a lot again for all the time. This session was very insightful, and I hope our community would be able to. I mean, I think it's important for us to know every now and then what happens here in the Bay Area, how companies work, how the culture is, and everything. I'll see you around. Have a good one,
yeah.
Munahil. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Bye.